Hello. Are we good? We're going. We're going for it. We're just diving right in, baby. I'm just pressing record. Uh, Episode 4, baby. What's up? You know? Appreciate anyone who's even bothered to listen so far, let alone keep up with it. If you've made it to episode 4, congratulations. I feel like I owe you something. I feel like, is this 4? I think this is 4, right? Yeah, this is 4. Yeah, if you've made it this far, like I said, I think I owe you something. Shoot me a DM. I'll send you leftover Halloween candy from the kids that aren't gonna go trick or treating this year. I think that's a massive disappointment too about this year. Like Halloween, I've mentioned this before. Halloween is my absolute favorite holiday, and it's incredibly disappointing how. I feel like every year, I don't know what happens, but I feel like with Halloween or just October in general, I feel like I make it, and maybe it's because I put it on this pedestal, but I feel like every year I make it a point to, like, before things get started, before October even hits, right? I'm thinking about, like, putting up Halloween decorations. I'm doing this thing. Like, I've got this big Costco spider that Sarah didn't want me bringing with us down to Nashville, and I'm like, fuck that, dude. It's like 6 feet wide or something like that with its legs sprawled out. Like, I'm not gonna leave that in our old home. I'm bringing that with me everywhere. So I brought it to Nashville, and I got all the spider webbing and put it up in the corner, and she wanted it outside. Dude, why would you put that big of a spider, that big of a Halloween decoration outside of the house, right? It's gonna get rained on, it's gonna get dirty. No thanks. But anyways, I feel like every single year I make it a point to try to enjoy October as much as I can and do fall shit, right? Like fall related shit. And I'm not talking like pumpkin spice lattes and the pumpkin patch or whatever, even though I'm not dogging either of those. Those are great. Okay, huge fan, huge PSL guy. All right, huge advocate for pumpkin patch pictures. Right, when we adopted our sweet baby boy, 14-year-old Chihuahua. When we adopted him, that was the first place we went with him. He was all hairy and ratty, and he had matted hair and didn't have a lot of hair. We brought him to the pumpkin patch. Was that the first thing he wanted to do after getting adopted? After getting saved out of an animal shelter? Was that the first thing he wanted to do? Probably not. Gonna be honest. I think maybe he just wanted a home. I think maybe he just wanted to relax, Maybe after suffering from complete anxiety breakdowns, month after month, wondering if he's going to get adopted. I bet his first thought wasn't, hey, someone adopt me so I can go to a pumpkin patch where there's a shit ton of people and it smells like dog piss everywhere because everyone's bringing their dogs and they're pissing and shitting all over the place. I feel kind of bad about that one. If you adopt a dog, maybe break him into the new home first, and then when he gets comfortable, bring him on out to a pumpkin patch, But we did it. He took some great pictures. He was a good sport about it, and he's definitely more than spoiled now. So I made a video on my YouTube about him turning 14, and Sarah and I went out and got him donuts. We got him donuts and a birthday collar, like a poofy, celebratory birthday collar. And we put it on him, and he hated it. And we try to feed him donuts with candles burning in it. And again, he's a simple guy. He's a simple boy. All he wanted was peanut butter on the plate. That's all he wanted. He just wanted the peanut butter. Didn't want the donuts, and that's fine. He ended up eating the donuts. He actually hid a corner of it. I don't know why. Dude, no one gives a shit, right? But I'm gonna tell you anyways. He ended up hiding a corner of the donut in Sarah's office. And it stayed there for 2 weeks until he decided he wanted to eat it. Dogs are so weird. But like I said, he's daddy's little girl. So what he wants, he gets. And that's that. I'm not going to argue with him. I think the most fucked up thing about animal shelters is okay. Like, so Sarah and I went in, and we didn't intend on adopting a dog, right? We just went in, and I think that's always how this is going to go down with anyone, is you go to an animal shelter not expecting to walk out of there with a dog, but then you go in there and you end up getting suckered into getting a dog because they all look fucking miserable and sad. And it's like all of a sudden you have Sarah McLachlan singing in your ear while you're walking through trying to like tour these dogs. And so we went there, and at the time we lived in like this tiny ass apartment. Not that like we're big balling at all. We just moved somewhere where our money could go a little fucking further and we didn't have to be crammed in a closet. So but at the time we were living in this tiny ass apartment in Bellevue, and we couldn't get a big dog. So, you know, we couldn't walk out of there with a giant ass pit bull or whatever the hell they had. You know, they always have those like scary ass, rugged ass dogs, you know, and then they have like these younger things, whatever. And then, so Sarah and I were like, okay, well, is there anything that's going to fit in our apartment? Because all these dogs are like Great Danes and Bernese Mountain Dogs. And, we asked the woman, I'm like, hey, is there anything like, you got anything smaller? You got any like small dogs that we didn't see on our brief tour up and down your prison cells? And there were two, right? There were Buddy, and then there was Cosmo. And Cosmo was this brown. They were both hideous, dude. They were so ugly. They were so ugly and had like these like, Cosmo had like this underbite, and he had these two sharp teeth just sticking up over his front lip. And dude, he was not having it. He was not in good shape. And he like wanted nothing to do with us. And I'm like, hey guy, you know, little word of advice. If people are gonna like bring you out and have like a one-on-one time with you, try to sell yourself a little more. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't come out and ignore the people that want to bring you home potentially, right? Like, you got to hit it off with these people. At least fake it, right? And then when you get home, you can be like a little disaster. You can be a complete shit show. But you know, until you get in that car and your new parents are signing the papers, at least fake it. You know, don't be your true self until you're actually home, and then you can become their problem. But don't be a problem before you even get in the car. Otherwise, good luck. But Buddy, he was cellmates with this guy, with this little brown guy. I don't even know. I don't really remember. They both looked similar to Chihuahuas, but Buddy's like a Chihuahua Terrier mix, right? So he's got like this like long wispy white hair. He's kind of got like the same like hair quality as I do, like just super thin, and you can like, when it's up, you can see straight through it. So, you know, he had like this like mohawk, this like little spiky deal going on top, and he immediately hit it off with Sarah, and like all of a sudden they're best friends. Still is that way. Like, he's more of like, he likes me because I feed him, I give him the treats, and I let him outside, right? He likes Sarah because he has like this emotional bond and connection with her. You know, so like, anyway, like he's hanging out in her office all the time. Never comes in to see me. The only time he comes in to see me is if he can't find her. So if he can't find her, he comes in here, and it's like, what's going on? Did I miss something? Did she leave? And then I gotta, you know, help him find her, and then he'll leave me. And that's fine. But that's how it's been since day one. So like, he immediately hit it off with her. They were best friends. And then we walked away from that, right? Because we weren't really like in the position to be adopting an animal. We just thought, you know, if things come together and it felt right spiritually, then we're going to adopt a dog. So yeah, we ended up adopting the dog. We walked away, and we went to like Whole Foods or something, and we were sitting there, and we're like, you know what? We should probably just do it and not be a dick. and just get the dog because he needs to get the hell out of there. And they're so miserable in there, dude. I get the whole point of an animal shelter isn't to have it be a 5-star hotel, but this thing was like some jank ass West Seattle prison cell type deal. It was fucking gross. And then it was like the most emotional thing, dude. Like saving that animal out of that shelter and bringing him to the car, dude, was so sad. It was exciting. Like it was sad because this animal like suffered for however many weeks or months or whatever. And the other thing is he was a senior, right? So he's 12 years old. So when people go adopt these dogs, people are so annoying with adopting animals. Like they want their little fucking Instagram perfect baby puppy, and they're like, oh my god, look how cute he is. Oh, we have a cuter dog. Look at him. Oh, look how cute our dog is. Oh yeah, we got him from a puppy mill, and they're just selling off the babies. It's fucked, dude. Go adopt a dog, you fucking weirdo, right? Don't put on this facade that your dog's gonna be some show dog and it's gonna win you some blue ribbon award. Relax with that, okay? Be a decent human being. Go to an adoption, a little shelter, see if a dog is making a connection with you, and walk away with the dog. I understand if you don't want some giant ass fucking pit bull, right? Like that's not really what I wanted. Would I adopt one? Sure, dude. Why not? Because Buddy sure as hell is not going to protect his home, right? I'm not going to protect his fucking home. I'm like 105 pounds and shaped like a stick bug, so I'm definitely going to get overpowered in that situation. But maybe if Buddy just barks from like another room, maybe he'll sound like he's bigger than he actually is. But dude, a home invader, no shot. No shot. My dog or I are either scaring off that animal. So maybe a pit bull's in the future, actually. But yeah, dude, I think that's gross when people like don't want to adopt. Right, don't want to like save an animal. They just want to like get their little baby puppy. And, oh, look how cute he is. Oh my god. Oh, take the pictures and make. Oh, dude, when people make, dude, this is hilarious. This one's good. This is good. When people make an Instagram account for their animal. Oh, that's weird, huh? That's pretty weird. That's really weird. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's something like you're longing for something more in your life, so you're hoping your dog gets Instagram famous like that Doug the Pug guy. Which, by the way, I think my boy Doug here is out of Nashville. I've been seeing pictures. I'm pretty sure he lives here. I think Doug the Pug, maybe him and Buddy could hang out, huh? And then I could make an Instagram for my dog, right? And then they could hang out and we could do like sponsored ads together. That'd be sick, huh? Is that what people do that for? Do people want like sponsorships from like Chewy or whatever? Like, dude, that Doug, the pug, dude, he hit the jackpot, right? Because he can do like, they dress him up in all these like costumes or whatever. Like I think he did like an It promotion or something where he dressed up as like the yellow jacket brother and before he gets eaten by the clown. Right? I think he did like something for Stranger Things and like that's got to be pretty cool, right? But if you're just like some everyday whatever and you got 100 followers on your Instagram account for your dog, dude, reevaluate, huh? There's something more in life for you, and I promise you it's not building an Instagram for your dog, okay? Stop trying to live vicariously through your dog and his social media presence. That's weird. That's real weird. Oh man, yeah, that's like parents trying to like pawn their kids off to be like some successful, like that's like the child star shit, right? That's where like the parents failed to pursue their own shit and instead they ended up having kids, and then in the process they don't get to pursue their own shit, so they get their kids like, oh yeah, go chase your dreams. Oh, what do you want to do? And then they're just pumping money into their acting career or their music career or whatever that is, right? And then they're like running their socials as like, while the kid's super young and has no idea what social media is. And they're just like, yeah, this is my life now, bitch. This is my life. Hey, don't let me down, right? Right? Hey, we need that $500 sponsorship for that watch company. You do your work, damn it. Dude, I think that's hilarious. I think that's so funny. That right there, right? Like putting, what was that? Projecting. There we go, right? Projecting your insecurities and your failures onto your kid. Bizarre. And very similar to your fucking dog, dude. Don't make an Instagram account for your dog. Don't dress them up. Don't fucking hashtag a bunch of shit, right? Dogs Daily or Chewy or whatever company, you're trying to get attention of. Oh, they don't care. I promise you right now, they don't care. Huh? I did once. Hypocritical. I did once. There's a company called Canine Sport Pack or something like that, and they were doing just a shit ton of giveaways. I don't know what the deal was. And they make like backpacks for like all sorts of dogs and shit like that. I only got a tent out of that one. I got my dog like a pop-up tent because we dressed him up for Halloween as a tarantula, and I had taken a picture of it, and they wanted a picture of your dog's best Halloween costume, and that was his. We dressed him up as a tarantula, and I sent it in, and they said, "Hey, congratulations, you won a tent." And I said, "Great. Is this what it feels like to be social media famous with my dog?" Right? So we got a tent. Does he use that tent? Nope, absolutely not. I think we threw it away. So I don't think he never once used it. But still fun, right? They sent me a tent. How fun. All good. So yeah, dude, what is that? Hey, adopt, don't shop, right? Do that. And also, don't make your fucking dog an Instagram account. You know what I really want to do? I tried doing this before I left Bellevue. And this is the kind of shit I was talking about, dude. This is the kind of shit that gets me really worked up in regards to like videography and everything else I was trying to do. At least there, like, we're good. We're better here. But there I'm clearly a huge animal lover. Like, I think animals are better than people, 100%, right? Because they don't have, maybe they have a little bit of an egotistical side. Maybe they got a little bit of an issue, but they're not, dude. Animals are not, and I don't like hunting either. I don't like hunting at all. I think hunting is disgusting. And it's fine if you do it. Right? I'm not going to talk you out of that. It's like, that's like trying to like convert someone to be like a vegan. Like, I'm not a vegan. I can't kill an animal. Am I a pussy? Sure. Does that make me a puss? Yeah. I think it does. Right? Dude, I'd be like the worst in an apocalypse. But I don't think hunting and killing animals, dude. Like, I've seen a lot of people from my high school like killing bears and skinning deer and all this other shit, and I think it's fucking gross. All right, like, I get it. I get the point, right? It's like you eat it or something, right? Isn't that what you do? Isn't that why people do it? Isn't that their like excuse for killing an animal and then skinning it and then eating it? Like, isn't that, well, it's to feed myself and my family. Okay. Sure. We'll go with that. Yeah, for sure. You definitely do not get a sick kick out of killing an animal. You're right. No, you're right. Absolutely. Yeah. You definitely don't get off to taking your gun or your bow and arrow and shooting an animal dead and then bringing it back to your house to skin and eat for your family. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's totally normal. I think that shit's weird, and all good if you're into it. I just think it's a little bizarre, right? Is it because it's not necessary? It's really not necessary, I don't think. Yeah, that's weird, man. We're not fucking cavemen anymore, so relax with that. What was I even talking? Oh yeah, dogs, dude. Yeah. Oh, dude, I got way off track. I got pissed off about people hunting. Let's see here. Oh, dude. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get off that subject because it's gonna actually piss me off. Okay, because I've seen some shit and I don't like it. Boundaries, right? Boundaries. We're working on that. What I was trying to say was I was trying to film for a shelter in Bellevue. and I wanted to like provide them with free content, right? Because there's such a missed opportunity with shelters. Shelters like don't even know what the fuck they're doing half the time. Like they're worried about like saving the animal and then sending him out the door, right? You'd fucking neuter him and give him his meds and whatever else he needs, right? Give him his tick spray or whatever. But there's such a missed opportunity with shelters and like the farms, right? What are they called? Those like pure farms where they have like the goats and the chickens and whatever and the pigs. Dude, video content, right? Almost all of them don't have it. And if they have it, it's filmed on some Android from 2011, right? That's like their company phone that they're allowed to take videos on. And the kids that are running that, the video quality sucks. So you got all these like images of the dogs that they have there, and it's like some blurred side profile of a dog. And then they try to like do like cutesy like Instagram like video type stuff, and it never works out. Right? So my idea was, hey, let a video guy, you guys focus on what you need to focus on. I'll come in for free and I'll fucking film because I'm an advocate for it. Okay? I love the idea of these dogs getting adopted. These animals, right? Cats too. Even though I'm not a huge cat guy, but that's fine. I think they're kind of cute. I just don't want a cat because they're gross. But I really wanted to film because there's just so much content you can do with that. There's so much content. You have a new dog come in, right? You do like a whole profile video, right? Like a 60-second recap of who this dog is and showing off its personality and its characteristics and like what makes him unique and all this stuff. You throw up a little title, what his name is, right? Or like, you know, outside playing with the people that work at the shelter. There's so much stuff you could do with that, and no one ever hit me back about it. I'm like, hey, dude, you know what? You're fucking lost, dude. Good luck, huh? Good luck. Keep getting fucking car dealerships to sponsor your little shelter adoption days. Yeah, let me know how that goes for you. It's annoying. I feel like that's a majority of the time. I feel like that's just kind of how it is. I feel like that's how. With just like bigger corporations, dude. I think it's so funny when people don't get with the fucking times. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the things, like I saw this opening for a news station back in Seattle. And they, at the time, I was like desperately applying for jobs because I wanted to fit the mold and do the whole thing. And you know, wake up, go to the office. Hey, what's going on, Greg? Hey, how you doing? Hey, how's the kids? Wanted to do that whole thing, and I applied for this job that was like further building out their creative content, right? Running their YouTube was a majority of that, and helping with their social media presence. So this was 2017, I believe. Yeah, 2017. 2017. And this company, this news station, dude, this dying broadcast industry in 2017 is looking to further their YouTube and social media content. Hey, guy. You know, what are you doing? Because Instagram and Twitter and YouTube have been out since I've been in high school, maybe junior high. Okay? I'm a 25-year-old man. What are you doing? Huh? How much money is your industry seeing a year? And you're just now. You understand. You work at a dying industry. No one in the younger generations give a fuck about broadcast and the news. I am not in a position, dude, like cable networks, right? The smartest thing that they did was partner with Hulu. And I think Hulu is the only one to have like a live version of TV, right? Attached to their streaming services. That is the smartest thing that Hulu did. Because no one's buying cable anymore, dude. Every time I go out for an internet package or whatever, when Sarah and I move and when we move down here, everyone's like trying to sell me on cable. Dude, okay? It's called an Xbox, right? That's what I got. I got an Xbox, and all you do is smart TV, dude. Use the smart TV. There's so many runarounds to no longer needing cable, right? Because all you do is you download the apps on Netflix, on Hulu, on whatever, and then each one has their individual one, right? So if you get Hulu, like FX is on Hulu now, right? And they're like one of the only good stations that are pumping out like quality content, like Always Sunny and Fargo and all these other great shows that are like high quality, right? American Horror Stories on there. Smart, right? So smart. HBO has their own service. That was the only real reason anyone that was ever buying premium cable, dude. And they were always on the top of the charts. So you buy premium cable, but then they're like, okay, well, you need the fucking ultimate deluxe package and you'll get HBO. But HBO is only allowed on the fucking very top of the pyramid, and you got to pay your way up there in order to unlock it. Huh? That's weird. Because you don't need that anymore, huh? Sorry, cable companies, you don't need cable in order to watch premium cable. What a time. Because everyone's got their own app. Everyone has their own way of accessing it. Amazon Prime. Dude, there are so many. So, dying industry, right? So, you're telling me that just now, in order to compete with that, and you understand your like main viewership is coming from a dying generation, huh? They're getting older. Eventually, they won't be watching cable network anymore. They won't be watching news anchors do their thing. They won't have their, so sidebar to all of that. On TikTok, I'm sure people have seen this guy. He's from North Carolina, and he's I think sports. I think he's a sports anchor. I'm not sure, but he does like the stupid dances and everything, right? And he's got like over so many million followers because he just goes on there and he's like a total dad about like his dance moves or whatever. I promise you, because of that, he is getting people to tune in, and that's how you fucking do it, dude. That's so smart because he popped off on TikTok. Not only is he good, right? Like he's funny, but he can monetize all of his content on TikTok, right? He can do the branded partnerships. He can do all this other stuff, but he can also direct that traffic to him being live at his station in North Carolina. And I promise you that station's ratings are probably through the roof because everyone's tuning in for either just him or like, I don't know, maybe he's got like fun coworkers. I don't know. I only know that guy, but that's the thing. If I lived in North Carolina, maybe then I still wouldn't have cable, but maybe then I would at least make an effort to like watch this guy occasionally. Maybe he does like some funny story or something. I don't know. But there's so many opportunities with that. So they build out this guy's brand, right? Or I think he did it. I don't think the news station had any. I mean, I bet they didn't have any role in building out that brand for this guy on TikTok, dude. No shot. A news organization is coming up with that idea. No fucking way, dude. Because again, 2017, a major news organization was looking to build out their non-existent social media presence. What? Okay, a little late on that one, guy. And hey, guess what? What's that? Oh, you're gonna try to build out YouTube? Oh, one of the hardest things to do. And what exactly are you gonna put on that YouTube page, huh? What exactly are you gonna fill up that YouTube page with, huh? You got a bunch of crusty old people just fucking pushing pencils up in there. Absolutely no idea, no creative direction. They're just there to collect a paycheck, retire, and go home. They don't give a shit, man. You know? Like, I don't know. So, I am very thankful I did not get that job because holy shit. It's insane. I don't know. Like, dude, listen to one Gary V rant. Any Instagram informational piece of content of his, oh, dude, you'll learn a thing or two in 2 seconds. It's real easy for you to just like focus in on what you're lacking and what you're missing, dude. You could easily build out, similar to the North Carolina guy, you could easily take each individual anchor and build them their own TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Even if they're not running it, pull them aside, have them shoot something stupid, and then push that out, dude. It's almost like a competition, right? Who can build the most like notorious social media brand, amongst these news anchors? I don't know. To me, no brainer. To them, it's like rocket science. So, congratulations, your industry is dead. Great job. But that's like a lot of people, man. That's a lot of big companies, and some people get it, right? Some corporations and companies are understanding the power of social media, but even then, like they're hardly pushing that content. There's so much stuff, man. There's so much stuff, and that's why I'm so stoked. Like out here, like I'm working with that the custom. I don't know if I want to like name drop them. I don't know if that's okay for me to do, right? I'm working with a custom hat and jacket store in Nashville. If you look at any of my social media, you'll figure out who that is. But for the sake of, privacy, I don't know. Is that weird to do? I don't know. But anyways, they are sitting on a gold mine of content. And that's why I reached out to them. And that's why I'm like so passionate about working with them, because they have an endless amount of content to produce and create. It's limitless. It's like, and they're growing at such a fast rate. To be able to capture that and look back at that and make like, you could do documentary style, you could do, daily vlogs with them is so easy to do. You could do, one-off stories and creations, and when people come in, interactions, what these custom pieces mean to them. There's so much. It's infinite, right? The amount of content you can produce with that. And then, to be able to do like themed launches, right? So you could do so many. There's this guy who runs a brand in LA. His name is Kirill. I think he went by. This was his Instagram handle. Everyone relax with this, okay? This is very vulgar, and I don't condone it, okay? But his name at the time was Slut Whisperer, okay? Now it's like Assholes Live Forever is like his brand. But his whole thing was building out this like really, like he's got like really clever shirts and designs. And he's got like, he just opened up like this big tie-dye shop. So they're pumping out like these crazy tie-dye designs. He has a whole like tie-dye dyeing warehouse. And he's just like everything is like super just funny and topical and memes and all this stuff, and it's really clever. And then when he does like these crazy like launches for a new theme of product that live in this like same family catalog, he's going out and he's doing these even crazier like launch ideas with social media and content and YouTube, and going out to the desert and having like the models like ride dirt bikes in his merch, and then flying the drone around them. And it's just all just like super epic, and it's really smart, because that's the kind of shit companies need to start doing, right? So anyone that's able to like tap into that sort of energy and that sort of like creative ability it's so smart. It's really clever, because that's going to go so far. And it's just, I don't know if you'd call that viral marketing, but it's incredibly, I don't know. It's ambitious, right? And it's like, what's going to pop off, right? That campaign is going to get traction one way or another. So it's so smart. I love that. And so like I aspire to work with a company that wants to promote their content in a similar direction, because like I said, it's infinite. But then you run into the other problem of people not knowing how much your services cost. Yeah, that's something that's really funny, dude. That is something that is hilarious. Very few companies, think that your services are worth as much as you charge. But the companies that do get it, they are 100% like, keep them close to you, right? Treat them like an angel, because not a lot of people understand that. Not a lot of people understand like the service that goes into creating content like that. And because everyone's like, oh, well, my son's got a camera, he can film something. Sir, not how it works, right? No. Don't think so. Dude, I had a guy. I was thinking about doing a whole video on this, and I still might, but I did some editing for a Twitch streamer for an entire year and a half, and oh my God. Dude, that guy, total clown. Total fucking clown. I am very fortunate and thankful for the ongoing partnership that I had with him for a year and a half and the doors that it opened. It was fun. I got to create a lot of really creative videos, and with the help of my brother, and my brother was like custom scoring each individual video because that's his passion. And dude, this guy was the most egotistical fuck I have ever had the displeasure of knowing. And every video I put out, he was like, crickets, dude. Crickets. Was so unappreciative. Thought that like my brother scoring these videos like to work around copyright free music, and my brother didn't charge a dime. My brother's music is still living. My brother could go through and copyright strike each individual song or each individual video of this guy's YouTube page. I think I made over 200 videos for this guy. My brother could go on there right now, but my brother's way too nice. My brother could go on there right now and he could copyright strike each individual video because it's his music, his original music. Shit, hold on. I gotta do something. Yep, the video thing. You know what I said? I mentioned that before. My brother could go through and copyright strike each individual video on his page and demonetize it if he wanted to, because my brother didn't see a single cent off of these projects. He did it because he believed in the project and what we're doing and what we're working towards, and my brother was like way too nice about it, and he didn't make the streamer sign anything about the usage of his music and kind of handing over the rights to it, making money off of it, dude. It's pretty gross, and still till this day my brother thinks that him and I should continue to work together. But I walked away because at a point he wanted me to sit in on his streams for 8 hours. For 8 hours he streamed 7 days a week. He wanted me to sit in on his streams and pay attention to everything he was doing for fucking $50 a video, dude. $50 a video. Dude, it took me maybe 4 to 5 hours of video to edit for this guy, right? Because I'm putting transitions, special effects, and I'm breaking down, full-length tournaments and they call them VODs, right? So he's like streams all day. I got to take that entire 8 hours worth of content, trim it down to between 10 and 20 minutes of content, depending on like the theme that I was going for. Dude, absolute clown, that guy. I am very, very salty about that. And I don't talk negatively about any like clients that I've gotten to work with, even though I've worked with some people that have pooped the bed. This guy takes the cake, dude. He sucks. I had the worst taste in my mouth from that. And till this day, his YouTube sucks because we had a disagreement. I asked for some more money because my services were increasing, right? And I came on, I did 3 months worth of free work, and then in order to flip that to get paid. And then of course, I go in and the services were pretty, like they were borderline worth my time, right? And I grew his channel from 0 to 35,000 subscribers on YouTube. I grew his TikTok. I grew his Twitter presence. I didn't touch his Instagram because he always handled that, but he always posted like the weirdest things and nothing ever gained traction. But and so I did that within a year and a half, And I was like casual about it. Like I could have pushed it way harder. I just didn't want to because the money wasn't really there already, like right out the gate. That was kind of like my first nitpicky thing about this partnership that we had, right? Loose partnership. And I didn't, it was $50 a video is what I was saying. So broken down, if I was hitting 7 videos a week, what is it, $350? I was making $350 a fucking day or a fucking week. If I was hitting 7 videos a week, which I couldn't because I had to pick up a part-time job or I was working a full-time job at the time, and I was kind of balancing other creative avenues of trying to make money and whatever. So at the time, it was okay. It was all right. It was like a side hustle. But then he was like, all right, man, like I want you to sit in on 8 hours of stream, and then I want you to piece together. I want you to do social media content as well as the YouTube content as well as this, and I want you to like be around to post whatever, do it. And then he got so upset because I chose to do my own thing. And he was like, dude, you're working for me. What you do on your free time is my business. And if it's not directed towards if it's not directed towards helping grow my channel, then what'd he say? He said like, then that's time wasted. That's time that you could have been spending on helping me grow or whatever. I'm like, dude, you are all about yourself and you are out of your fucking mind if you think I'm hanging around here for, what is that? Let's break that down. So 8 hours a day, right? Let's just call it 8 hours a day for $50, right? What is that? 50 divided by 8. Dude, I was making $6 an hour. Motherfucker, there were kids in my neighborhood pushing a lawnmower making more money than me. Right? That's bizarre. So I walked away from that happily. It's really unfortunate. I asked him for a raise a few times, and I broke it down for him. I told him like I was working at the mall part time, and at the time, I made more money in a single day than I'd make for him in a week at the mall. Doesn't pan out to me. I don't understand that, because that's me working. Like I don't get to dictate my own hours there because at a time he just wanted me to sit down for 8 hours and view his streams and pay attention and clip good content and shit. I'm like, dude, you must not have a fucking clue what goes into this, and that's fine, right? You're a Twitch streamer, right? You do the whole video game deal. That's all good, and I understand that takes a little bit of effort, right? Everyone gets like super defensive about, what goes into streaming on Twitch. It is one hell of a thing, but at the same time, you got to respect the people that are busting their asses to help grow your content, because as you grow, your content creators and your team should grow with you. That's just kind of how it is, right? This person takes a gamble on you. You guys should grow at the same fucking time. So if you're not respecting that and you're just sitting back, oh, dude, and then, all right, this is the last thing. I got to move on because this is pissing me off. He mentioned some tweet at the time that I asked him for a raise. He said it wasn't in the cards. He said his YouTube monetization needed to equate to what I was asking for, and he was losing money on paying me out. Okay, so now all of a sudden I'm a fucking burden to his wallet. That's fine. Dude, this guy has the audacity to go on Twitter and tweet about how he just paid off his parents $60,000 of remaining mortgage on their home. Dude, this guy coughed up $60,000. $60,000 to pay off the remaining mortgage of his fucking parents' home. And he couldn't afford to pay me even $75 a video, which still is under $10 an hour if I'm working 8 hours for this guy. I don't understand that. Also, don't tweet that, right? Don't tweet good deeds that you do for your fucking parents. How your parents raised you. Why don't you just pay the mortgage off, surprise, and then walk away and go, I've done a good thing. Congratulations. What you just did was borderline filming yourself giving a homeless man a sandwich and then posting it on social media and saying, hey, look what I just did. Huh? Look what I just did. I'm a good person, right? I'm a good person because I just film myself doing a good deed. Holy shit, dude. That's a whole nother sewage drain I am unwilling to circle. So that's that, dude. If you're doing creative services, know your fucking worth, dude, and stand by your pricing, because your time is just as valuable as theirs, as your clients. Do not undersell yourself. Maybe at first, but there comes a time, there is definitely a turning point, like where at the time in Seattle, because I built out like my business starting off in college with my business partner at the time, and him and I were underbidding like crazy. Because we didn't really need the money, right? We were in college and living off of student loans and all this other shit, and like I had a job bartending and whatever. So like it was such a side hustle, and we're like, well, we got 2 cameras and that's pretty much it. Let's just see what we can do with it. And we underbid almost every project, and it was fun. Like it was aggressive is what it was. And we could afford to do that. Right. And it was fun. Like I had a good time doing that. And we were taking any project, and it was like, we were bidding on like these corporate gigs and local businesses and, businesses, back in our hometown and events, doing event coverage. And we made a lot of progress with it. But at a time, right, you acquire more gear, you're investing more in your business, you're scaling things are looking good. Up your prices, right? That was the issue we ran into. Was all of a sudden we were bidding projects just for the sake of securing that temporary, paycheck, like this small amount, because it had to be split between 2 people, and then some of it had to go to the business, right? So between 2 people, we were bidding like $1,200 weddings or something like that, and so our take home together collectively was like $400, and we're like, oh dude, this is becoming no longer a side hustle but a scalable business, and we're doing it wrong. And then then you feel guilty. Like the whole thing is, you up your prices. So in the summer, also it was like more recent than I want to admit, but in a certain summer we were doing like 32 weddings, and at the time, if we would have just upped our pricing and stayed firm to that pricing and stayed at 16 weddings, the amount of money, stress, time, and energy that would have been spent and made would have been the same as if we were to cut ourselves short just for securing another contract for 32 weddings. So that was the big thing to us. And that, it's such a dumb thing to learn while running a business and, also being like a creative, right? You can afford to do free stuff for sure, but it's like you're gambling, right? You're gambling that it's going to pay off for you. That's kind of how I look at it now. Is I'm down as hell. I love creating. I love having fun. I love the whole process, like pre-production, conception, all the way to the deliverable of, a good-looking, well-rounded, color-graded video that's a high quality. Like I love that whole process. To me, is so much fun. But at a point, that also needs to like translate to some sort of, you need to monetize that somehow, right? Whether that's like being on a quarterly retainer or doing, like ad hoc work, just, per project basis. I know, like, I have a client in Seattle who I have the very fortunate pleasure of doing business with, and I get to go home and see them once a quarter and just film like a block of content, and then I just charge them for whatever content we have planned out and the shoots that we do and all this stuff that I walk away with. So that's like incredibly helpful, and that's once a quarter, and I get to meet with them weekly and touch base and run their social media and their YouTube page, and so all of that is great. But yeah, like where you run into trouble, right, is by working very aggressively and then you're like undercutting yourself. It makes no sense, because then you hate what you do, and that's kind of that's why I don't have a business partner anymore. Because he ended up hating what he was doing. So he walked away. which I don't blame him, dude. I mean, he has a kid now and has a mortgage, so he's got to be a little more stable and a little more less risky with the moves he makes. So to be able to, make that decision. But I bet if we would have actually taken the time to like run things properly and adjust our pricing accordingly to how we were scaling, dude, I bet things would have turned out differently. So, it's all good. But yeah, dude, if you're a creative or you're providing a service, know your worth, find a pricing, and make that shit happen for yourself, because it's got to be, you got to see eye to eye, right? You're providing a service and you're bringing something to the table. If someone respects that, they'll pay it. They'll pay your price 100%. If they want it bad enough and they want quality work, yeah, dude, they'll do it. And don't be afraid to do free work. You can 100% do free work. Just don't be greedy with it because you offer to do free work, right? So understand that it might not turn into a paycheck, but the content you get at the time, like the way I would justify free work was, from my reel, from my resume, from my portfolio, like this is going to look sick. And so that's kind of how like I did, like I shot for Jackal, I shot for Goth Babe. I did like bumper shoot in Capitol Hill Block Party. I love shooting for music. I never made a cent off of shooting music. I almost did, but it's a whole nother thing. That, to me, that's just passion. That's just passion work. I love that shit. I could film for an artist, RIP live music. I hope that shit comes back, dude, because I want to film for a live artist so bad again. I have the most fun. It's so energetic. Like I said, fashion and music is why I moved to Nashville. Well, on top of cost of living, because Jesus Christ, it's half the cost of living in Seattle. So, I hope that shit comes back soon, because I gotta film another passion project like that. It's so much fun. But and I will be very lucky if that turns into, if I can monetize those services. I think that'll be great. So, but we'll see what happens. I don't know how we're all still stuck in this, dude. How is this still a thing? And now people are like, I'm talking about COVID, dude. I'm talking about the big C word. If where did we go wrong, dude? Because everyone's a nightmare. Every country's fucking bad right now. And I'm just confused. And like I know in Nashville, our cases are bad. Right now, our cases are through the roof. Like we just recorded 3,000 cases, and we were doing all right. We had like 700 cases recorded. And think what you want to think about COVID. It's still a fucking issue because it's still affecting. It's affecting businesses and it's affecting, obviously people's fucking health. It's affecting so much shit. So it's still a nuisance. Whether or not you're afraid of it or think it's a hoax, doesn't matter, dude. It's still a thing that until we get a grip on it, we're gonna be stuck in this for however fucking long. And dude, I'm telling you right now, dude, I don't trust those vaccines that are coming out. I'm not an anti-vaxxer at all, right? I 100% believe in vaccines, but what I don't believe in, what I don't trust, is someone that's going to mass produce and expedite a vaccine to kill off this virus. Dude, you know what? It's like that. What was that movie? Dude, what's that movie with the about the pandemic that everyone was watching at the beginning of this, and it came out in like 2012. Pandemic movie. Let me look this up, huh? Pandemic movie. What was it called? Contagion, dude. That's what it was called. Contagion, with Matt Damon and all these other actors. Contagion. Yes. So it's just like that movie, dude. At the end of the movie, all the rich people are like fighting over the vaccine because they want to go back to normal life. That's how it's gonna be here, dude. Yeah, and that's fine, dude. All the rich people want to get their greedy, little greasy hands on a vaccine first. Go for it. Let me know how it goes. If we're not seeing any side effects after a year, or, that's obviously an over dramatization. Dude, if I had to get a vaccine, I'll get it. You know what I'm saying? Because if we're all gonna go down, we're all gonna go down together because we're all gonna have the vaccine. That's fucking fine. But there's something about expediting something as serious as a vaccine that I'm not okay with. That's a little sketchy. So take our time, right? But I don't understand why. Okay, so all of that aside, dude, like Nashville's cases are spiking. I know Seattle's cases are spiking. I know like everyone's case. I think the UK is now worse than the US, and I didn't think that was fucking possible because we are a shit show. And I don't know. I don't understand. So like people are moving forward with their phases, right? We just opened up to phase 3, I think. Nashville did. So like bars stay open later. They can have more capacity. I went out the other night to film something, and I was like, I swear to God, I was like the only one wearing a fucking mask, and the bartenders were loosely like enforcing it. Like they weren't even wearing a mask, and they were like, hey, could you put a mask on? I'm like, motherfucker, you're making the drinks, huh? You're making the drinks, dude. One bad cough, we're all going down. So I don't know, dude. It's very weird. I don't understand. I don't know what other option we had. Like we obviously handled it poorly, but I think we were fucked either way. Even if we were all on the same page, I think, and still, I don't know. Like we all did that lockdown shit, dude, and that didn't do anything. We were better off just going about our business. We were better off not even doing that. All that did was set us back and make people lose their jobs faster. So, the whole work from home thing, that could have just happened right off the bat. I mean, I think it did, right? I don't know. I know I was out of a job for a bit because I was still working at the mall. They sent me home and they're like, "Oh, mall's closed." So that was my neck. If you heard that, that was my neck. Yikes. So, yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, if everyone locked down for 2 weeks, didn't leave their house, would that kill the virus? Would that do it? I don't know. I'm not an epidemiologist, so I don't have an opinion on that. I would just like this thing to end whenever it's ready to, because I think people are ready to go back to their normal fucking lives, dude. Sarah and I didn't even do a honeymoon because we couldn't even go anywhere. So I'm like dying to go to like the beach or go to Hawaii or go to fucking Fiji or New Zealand or somewhere sick. Because that'd be nice. That'd be fun. I would enjoy that very much. So I just want like a little bit of relaxation. But in the meantime, I'm fortunate enough to be making things work somehow for myself down here. And I'm only a month and a half into my life here, so that's great. Oh my God. Dude, 58 minutes is what we're looking at here. I think we're coming up on it. Let me see if... Dude, I was pretty toxic about that guy, huh? I want to... Yeah, dude, if I was corny enough, I'd do like one of those stupid ass, like be one of those guys that tries to like expose, right? Like gather a bunch of text messages and send it out, dude. Who cares, dude? No one cares. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. I've seen that so many times where people are like, "Oh, but he said this. I'm going to try to take him down." No. You know what? It's just karma, man. And it's a lesson learned. Because the guy's YouTube channel sucks now, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. So, a good way to cap this off, and then I gotta call it good. But a good way to cap this off, I'll keep this short and brief, dude. I am so excited. I'm going back to therapy. I'm actively looking for a therapist right now, and I couldn't be more excited to go back to therapy. And I think the reason I say that, like I say it, is because I think there's such a stigma about therapy and a man going to therapy. I think there's such like toxic masculinity, influenced bullshit around. Like, oh, be a man, suck it up, don't show your fucking feelings, son. Like, what are you doing? Hey, quit crying. What are you gonna hit it with your purse? Huh? Rub some dirt in it. Like, come on, man, grow up. You know what fucking year we live in? That shit doesn't exist anymore, right? You know what I'm saying? Like the whole like, oh, the man of the house provides for the family. Bring home the bacon. Shut the fuck up. Huh? Dude, you want to know why your fucking marriage is failing? You want to know why you're cheating? You want to know why your relationship sucks? Dude, probably because you lack vulnerability and you're emotionally absent for your partner, huh? You want to have an actual fucking conversation about where you're going wrong? Go see a therapist, huh? And they're expensive, dude. They're expensive for a fucking reason. Because everyone's got childhood trauma that they need to work through. Everyone's got their deep-rooted issues and insecurities and like these things that, anxieties that keep you up at the fucking middle of the night, man. Everyone's got them. Doesn't matter who you are. Everyone's got them. And it all can be traced back to like therapy is so fascinating, dude. I love it. I can't wait to go back. I don't necessarily have the money for it right now, but I think it's worth it 100%. And like, I'm just trying to be as healthy as I can. I failed at Sober October. What did I say last week or 2 weeks ago? I think I said that I'm not going to do, or I'm going to do Sober October. Yeah, dude, I drank and, had an edible, but that's fine. Oops. What are you going to do? Huh? I didn't mean to, it just happened. So fuck it. I don't know. Sarah and I were having a moment. I wanted to have a drink. So I did that. Maybe next year. It's not that bad. I mean, you do still feel like shit afterwards. Like, I drank and I was like, I feel like garbage. So, I don't know. There's that. But also, let's talk about, like, the food that I'm putting in my system, too. Connor made that point. My best friend made that point. He was like, oh, okay, so you say alcohol makes you feel like shit. He's like, let's talk about your fucking Wendy's that you just had for lunch or, whatever you're snacking on while you're editing. Let's talk about that. I'm like, nah, fuck, dude. You probably have a fucking good point. God damn it. So, it's all good. That's fine. But, dude, yes, therapy. Dude, go to fucking therapy, huh? Be an adult. All right? Be an adult. There are so many people that don't believe in marriage anymore because of the divorce rate. You want to know why the divorce rate is so high? Again, I'm no marriage counselor, dude, but I can almost promise you all signs point to both parties not working to emotionally develop themselves. Then that's probably the smartest thing I've ever said, and I should end the podcast right there. Altogether, episode 4 is where my podcast peaks, and that's it. Right there. That line right there, dude. I 100% believe that that's the case. Because think about our parents' generation and then our parents' generation and the way that they were raised, right? It was so like, think about it, man. Like it was so like, like New York City Stock Exchange, right? Like if I can put your suit on, like Wolf of Wall Street type shit, dude. That's like for sure what our parents were like idolizing, and that was like, what the fuck happened? I think that's where we went wrong. And then that trickles down to our generation as like our parents' generation's kids, right? There were some that came out okay, but there were also some that are, extremely like insecure and, still struggling with the same shit our parents' generation struggled with. So, dude, go to therapy, be an adult, right? Even if you do it once a month, dude, it's like $150 or something, right? Suck it up. Just do it. I promise you, you're going to feel a lot fucking better. You're going to deal with a lot more shit. And you're going to be like, oh, that's why I get triggered when this happens. Or, oh, that's why I feel anxious when this happens. You just become a better person. You become more of like a productive piece in society. Like, just grow the fuck up, huh? Wow, dude. Wow. On that note, dude, I could talk about, maybe I'll just make a whole fucking thing with. I'm telling you, man, I want to get Sarah in here so I could talk with her about therapy and like, because she has been going every week, every month for the past, I think, over a year, I think maybe. And I don't know, maybe some people can use like the app, right? What is that? True Health or something like that. I couldn't. I tried using it during lockdown because I was losing my fucking mind, and it sucks, dude. You got to go and see someone. I think that's like the only way that you are productive with that. Is if you have like a in-person relationship. Because to me, I was like, I'm just like another phone call to these people, right? They don't give a shit. They just come on and say what they need to say to collect their check through this startup app for mental health. There's like no way to like vet your therapist either. Sucked. So, but I don't know. Maybe some people can pull that off. To me, I gotta go in. I gotta sit down with someone. I gotta have a conversation, and that's just fine. But. Well, I think we're good here on that. What are we talking about? All right, know your worth, see a therapist, and enjoy all of October for whatever's left of it, huh? Try to do something worth your time, right? There's this witch cave that I think Sarah and I are going to go check out. I'm probably going to film it. It's supposed to be haunted or something. It's called the Bell Witch Cave. So I don't know what the hell that's all about, but it sounds creepy, and I want to go. Yeah, dude, I'm trying to, what else? Do we talk about anything else? October, shitty Twitch streamers that don't know how to pay their employees, COVID, therapy. Action-packed, baby. I think we're good. I feel good about that. Everyone have a great day, huh? Enjoy the week. Enjoy the next week, dude. Halloween's on a Saturday. Yeah. What you gonna do? You gonna have a good time? Maybe. Or maybe you're not even going to go out because maybe your state's not even open and you can't even do shit. Huh? COVID's going to spike. All good. Everyone have a great day. We're done here. I'm wrapping it up. See ya. See you later.